The seats at Triad Stage have been empty since February, and the set for Pride and Prejudice, which was supposed to open on March 22nd, still stands just as it was before. But a lot is still going on behind closed doors. Sarah Hankins is Triad Stage's Associate Artistic Director. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. It's a delight.
So talk about what happened when the doors closed in March for Triad Stage.
Well, we were in the middle of rehearsals for Pride and Prejudice, which we have put on hiatus, and we are hoping to bring it back in spring of 2021. And we immediately pivoted to online material. And so we did a radio play set in Hawborough, which is one of the kind of hallmarks of the Triad Stage brand. We did some readings from a Jane Austen novella, and then we started a concert series, a benefit concert series that has been really successful for us, bringing back favorites from Triad Stage's past, like Laurel and Dossett and Riley Bogus, as well as including new performers. And it's been really exciting to see how we have transitioned from being face-to-face to being still in communication with our audience virtually. Another big program that we're having this summer is this program called Blowing Up the Canon, and it's a virtual play reading series celebrating female identifying playwrights and playwrights of color that have been traditionally excluded from theatrical and academic canons. And that's been a great way to bring artists together and still be able to do the work and actually progress something forward socially as well.
And you've always had really successful summer camps as well, and that's continuing.
Yes, we were able to pivot to online summer camps. A lot of our families were, concerned how we're going to have that same experience after the first day of summer camp. The kids are thrilled, the parents are thrilled. So it's been wonderful, and of course, since it's virtual, we've had students as far away as Raleigh being able to participate, in which they wouldn't have been able to do necessarily if we had been face-to-face.
So in some ways, you've grown your audience.
Absolutely. And, that's one of the things that's been really lovely is some of these play readings, especially Blowing Up the Canon, we've been using actors and directors from all over the country, some of which have not worked with us before and some of which are Triad Stage favorites. And it's been a great way to reconnect with them and be able to bring them back to Triad Stage virtually, if not in person.
I mean, and that's so wonderful because it's so necessary for the theater, but it's also so necessary for these artists to be able to continue working.
Absolutely. I admit, the last thing I want to do necessarily is get them into another Zoom room, but the minute I connect with these folks and we're having the conversations about the work, it really instills a sense of forwardness, a reconnection, and a recommitment to the art form. Yeah.
So looking ahead, we're headed into the fall, and things are still very uncertain. The kids, for the most part, are going to be home, at least for the next little bit. Right. What does all that mean for Triad Stage?
Well, we've decided to delay our 20th season and instead enjoy season 19 and a half, as we're calling it. And that means that we're going to continue our online programming throughout the fall. If we're able to do something face-to-face, we will, but we'll do that in response to what's happening in the world around us. So we're not planning anything face-to-face necessarily for the fall, but in the spring we're going to hit it hard with Pride and Prejudice again, bringing back what would have been the end of our 19th season with Pride and Prejudice and Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill, and then proceeding on with our 20th season in fall of 2021.
You sound really inspired. So many people are sad, and we all are sad, but you seem to have found a little creative spark during this time.
Oh, well, thank you. I feel like this is an opportunity for us to innovate and reconnect and really ask questions about what it is that we're trying to communicate with our audience and what we need to do for our community right now. And so for me, it's been a challenge, and kind of the gauntlet has been thrown to maybe look at things in a new way.
Keep up with everything happening at Triad Stage online at triadstage.org.